Throughout my career in brand marketing and communications, I've come across many marketing professionals and hiring managers who basically overlook brand awareness contribution towards the bottom line. In my view and observation, conversions and sales are what they are mostly interested in. Well, I guess you can't blame them because for a business to stay afloat, it must generate profits. And for that to happen, it must drive sales. And sales come from an engaged audience that converts, become full-time customers, and eventually brand advocates. But one thing these professionals forget is that brand awareness, in most cases, is the very first step in the marketing funnel or in any marketing efforts. Prospects will then engage, convert, and become customers and eventually brand advocates if they are firstly not aware of your brand. I think that this interest in brand awareness is because it's pretty challenging to measure return on brand awareness. Trust me, it will be very difficult if you are looking at brand awareness in solitude. And if you think of it, to me, it's like discrediting warm ups that you do before an exercise because they don't burn the number of calories compared to lifting heavy weights. If it weren't for the simple, sometimes seemingly meaningless warm ups, your body wouldn't even handle the simplest of weights. Well, according to Ali Decker, brand awareness represents how familiar your target audience is with your brand and how well they recognize it. Brand awareness might seem familiar among startups, mainly because they are still new and people don't know much about them or don't know them at all. But well established brands also focus their efforts on increasing brand awareness to remain relevant and attract new customers. Some people refer themselves to Apple people, BMW people, Adidas people. Wait, I think I'm just describing myself right there. Anyway, this is what brand awareness can do for a brand. I don't think I'm the only person who advocates for Apple, BMW, Adidas, or any other major brands out there. Okay, enough about me and the brands that I spend most of my money on. Let's get to why brand awareness is so important, especially in the digital age, more specifically on social media. Ali Decker shares my sentiment when he says, for those marketers and business owners who like to gauge success with tidy numbers, brand awareness will likely ruffle up their feathers because brand awareness might seem like a vague concept, and in truth, it is. Just because brand awareness isn't a metric that can easily be determined, it doesn't mean that it has no value. So, brand awareness basically is vital because it initiates brand recognition, firstly, it fosters brand recall, secondly, it establishes brand trust, thirdly, it creates brand association, and then lastly, and fifth, it increases brand equity. As consumers, we tend to perceive a brand as good quality if it's popular, more people are aware of it, and using it. And most importantly, it's not only that a brand is well known, but rather what it's best known for. And such can only be achieved with brand awareness. Without wasting any much time, let me get into the 5 reasons that I mentioned previously. And I'm going to be delving into each and every reason in a bit more detail, but if you like to read the blog article related to this topic, you can head over to my website, leratomnaring.co.za, and then head over to the blog page where you'll see a couple of articles that I've written. But I think for the purpose of the podcast, the focus is on the importance of brand awareness in the digital age. So you'll just scroll down a bit and then click on the article pertaining to the topic that we're talking about today. Okay, let's start with the first reason being brand awareness initiating recognition. So, We can only recognize a specific brand we might not have seen or might not been aware of among other brands through brand awareness. So basically, to build brand recognition, especially on social media, a brand must repeatedly provide customers with a consistent visual or auditory brand experience through the content that it shares, mainly because brand recognition is achieved through reach, frequency, and consistency. Recognition of a brand can happen, for example, while scrolling through social media feed and seeing a sponsored post by a specific brand. Once you notice the sponsored content, you recognize the brand and become aware of the brand immediately, thus aiding recognition. Reason number 2 is brand awareness fostering brand recall. So basically, brand recall plays a vital role in retaining your existing customers and getting them to buy more of your products or services as a brand. Brand recall is different from brand recognition in that it does not come from external incentives. Consider that your toothpaste is over and you need to buy a new one, right? Different brands are going to pop up in your mind. That will be a brand recall. However, without brand recognition, there can be no brand recall because you can't recall something that you have never recognized before. Thus, brand awareness aids brand recognition, which aids brand recall and creates a ripple effect. Another simple example of brand recall is that when I talk of premium automobile, you might think of Audi, Mercedes-Benz, or BMW. Or if I ask you about your favorite soft drink, most of us will recall Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So brand awareness aids recall in that recall is aided by recognition and recognition is aided by what you were firstly aware of. But let's take it a step further. So beside brand awareness initiating recognition and fostering recall, brand awareness also establishes trust. Brand trust is critical in an age where consumers are more knowledgeable and do extensive research before purchasing. Once trust is established, customers are more likely to buy a product repeatedly with little to no forethought. And that brand trust is established by brand awareness. Brand awareness efforts give your brand a personality and an outlet to be sincere, receive feedback, and tell a story to establish trust with customers and consumers. Moving forward to the 4th point, brand awareness creates an association. Brand awareness helps associate the actions we take daily with a particular brand, which lead to subconsciously replacing common words with branded terms. Some common ones used as verbs rather than nouns are Googling something, WhatsApping a family member, or FaceTiming a friend. That association is pretty strong and can foster trust, can initiate recall, and can help with initiating recognition. And last but not least, brand awareness increases brand equity. A brand establishes its brand equity by building brand awareness because brand awareness is its foundation. According to Ali Decker again, he shares that once a consumer is aware of a brand, they start to recognize it without assistance, seek it out to make a purchase, begin to prefer it over other similar brands, and establish loyalty. Brand loyalty not only spurs on other purchases but also inspires recommendations to family and friends. With all those points being mentioned, what are other factors of brand awareness that I might have left out, which you personally deem essential? Go over to my website, go under the blog article, leave your comments of other essential brand awareness factors that I might have left out. Thank you for lending me your ears today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Again, my name is Lerato Monaro.